Former world-renowned referee Nigel Owens has revealed that he officiated most of the 2019 Rugby World Cup semi-final between England and the All Blacks while carrying a calf injury. A remarkable admission that adds another chapter to his legendary career. The match, played in Yokohama, saw Eddie Jones' England produce one of the finest performances in their history, defeating the All Blacks 19-7 to book a place in the Rugby World Cup Final against South Africa. While much of the focus that day was on England's tactical brilliance and New Zealand's uncharacteristic struggles, few knew that the man in the middle was quietly battling his own physical challenge. For Owens, it would ultimately be his final Rugby World Cup appointment. Although many expected him to referee the final itself, circumstances intervened in dramatic fashion, a fitting stage for a legendary official. By 2019, Nigel Owens was already regarded as one of the greatest referees the sport had ever seen. Calm, authoritative, and respected by players worldwide, he had built a reputation for combining firm control with empathy and sharp wit. The England versus New Zealand semi-final was exactly the type of fixture suited to his experience. High intensity, massive stakes, and global attention. It demanded composure and clarity. England's 19-7 victory stunned many observers. The All Blacks, reigning world champions and heavy favorites, were outplayed in nearly every department. It was a match of relentless pace and physicality, but it was also played with remarkable discipline, something Owens would later admit made managing the contest easier despite his injury. The injury that went unnoticed. Speaking on World Rugby's Whistle Watch show, Owens revealed that he tweaked his calf just 25 minutes into the semifinal. I was very, very lucky in my career, very few injuries. In 25 years of refereeing, I tweaked a calf out for a game, but never came off, he explained. The World Cup semifinal 2019, I'd done about 10 games, international matches, in a period of about 3 months. It was a lot. I tweaked my calf 25 minutes into the game, but the England-New Zealand game was such a brilliant game of rugby. I could just orchestrate it. I didn't need to get in and sort the contact area. I could manage it and got to the end. For referees, positioning is everything. They must stay close enough to the breakdown to make accurate decisions while maintaining angles to spot infringements. A calf injury can severely limit mobility, especially in a match played at the tempo England imposed that day. Yet Owens adapted. Rather than constantly engaging physically in the contact area, he relied on anticipation, communication, and experience. The flow of the match, surprisingly clean and controlled, allowed him to orchestrate rather than firefight. A final that never came. The Welsh official had widely been tipped to referee the Rugby World Cup Final, provided Wales did not qualify. When Wales fell to South Africa in the other semi-final, it seemed the stage was set for Owens to take charge of the showpiece. However, the calf injury sustained during England's victory ultimately ruled him out. It was a cruel twist. After years at the top of international officiating and having overseen some of rugby's biggest fixtures, the opportunity to referee a second World Cup final slipped away due to a muscle strain that few even noticed at the time. In a moment that captures both the subtlety of his injury and the professionalism of his performance. Then England captain Owen Farrell approached Owens after the semi-final. Owen Farrell came to me after the game and said, "Thanks for the match. We'll see you in the final now." And I said, "My calf's gone," Owens recalled. He said, "Where did that go?" It didn't show. That reaction speaks volumes. Not only did Owens finish the match, but he did so at a standard high enough that players remained unaware he was compromised. That a career marked by durability injuries among elite referees are relatively rare, but can occur, particularly given the physical demands of modern rugby. Owens was fortunate across his 25-year career to avoid serious setbacks. That he eventually retired in 2020 after officiating his 100th Test match, France versus Italy, a milestone that placed him among the most experienced referees in the history of the sport. His career spanned multiple Rugby World Cups, 6 Nations Championships, and countless high-profile international encounters. Throughout that time, he earned universal respect for consistency and personality, often defusing tense moments with humor while maintaining authority. Refereeing injuries in modern rugby. Owens' revelation resurfaced amid discussion about referee injuries following a recent Six Nations incident. During the 2026 championship clash between England and Ireland, Italian referee Andrea Piardi was forced to withdraw mid-match due to injury, handing over control to France's Pierre Brousset. Unlike Owens in 2019, Piardi was unable to continue. This prompted renewed interest in how match officials manage injuries during elite fixtures and what contingency plans are in place when a referee goes down. The complex appointment process. Owens took the opportunity to explain that appointing international match officials is far from simple. It's not simple making international match official appointments, he said. One, you've got to pick the right guy for the game. You've also got to balance then giving people experience to bring the next generation through to challenge referees. And also, then you've got to make sure that you've got two assistant referees on the sideline capable of doing the work as well. At the highest level, referee selection involves multiple factors: experience, form, neutrality, development pathways, and tournament balance. Officials are not only chosen for their ability to manage a specific match, but also to develop depth within the refereeing ranks. The chain of command, a critical component of match preparation, is the hierarchy among assistant referees. One of those assistant referees, and this will be key, is the number one. So AR1, assistant referee 1, will also be the reserve referee, Owens explained. So if a referee goes down injured, he goes on. If he goes down, then AR2 will go on. Don't ask me if the three of them go down. The TMO is going to come down from the box. Well, it could happen. The system ensures that there is always a qualified official ready to step in. AR1 acts as the primary replacement. Should multiple injuries occur, the structure continues down the line that in most test matches, there are also additional assistant referees, AR3 and AR4, who manage substitutions and technical zones. If required, they can be elevated into more prominent officiating roles. In the game, you would have had two English AR3 and AR4, so they basically just manage and look after the subs. So one of them went on to become AR2 for that game, Owens noted. It very rarely happens, but it does occasionally, as we saw on the weekend, and those are the contingency plans in place. The demands on modern referees, modern rugby, is faster and more physically demanding than ever before. Referees regularly cover significant distances during a match, often matching midfield players for running metrics. They must accelerate, change direction, and maintain close proximity to high-impact collisions. Unlike players, referees cannot be substituted tactically. If they suffer an injury but feel capable of continuing, they must weigh the risk of impaired judgment or positioning against the importance of stability in a major fixture. Owens' ability to finish the 2019 semifinal without visible impact highlights the mental side of officiating. Experience allowed him to anticipate phases of play, reducing unnecessary movement and conserving energy. A legacy of excellence. Nigel Owens' candid reflection on the 2019 semifinal adds another layer to his legacy. That he completed one of the biggest matches in rugby history while carrying an injury speaks to professionalism, resilience, and composure. It also underscores the often overlooked physical sacrifices referees make in elite sport. While players receive widespread recognition for playing through pain, officials rarely discuss similar experiences. That Owens' career will be remembered for landmark moments: Rugby World Cup Finals, Six Nations Classics, and milestone test matches. But this semi-final story reveals the human dimension behind the whistle, that he may not have refereed the 2019 final as many expected, but his performance in the semi-final, under physical strain, remains a testament to his standing as one of the game's finest officials. And fittingly, even a calf injury couldn't prevent him from orchestrating one last World Cup Classic.